someone that was someone else's dream. 'Cause you give me something that makes me scared, alright. This could be nothing, but I'm willing to give it a try. Please give me something, 'cause someday I might call you from my heart, but it might be a second too late. And the words that I could never say are gonna come out anyway. You give me something that makes me scared, alright. This could be nothing, but I'm willing to give it a try. Please give me something. You give me something that makes me scared, alright. This could be nothing, but I'm willing to give it a
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the virtual Haru Oni groundbreaking event. My name is Ruth Hofmann. I'm speaking to you live from Stuttgart in Germany, and we are connected with Chile today. It's my pleasure to host this special event. Big international companies have teamed up with HIF to develop the world's first fully integrated plant to produce a green e-fuel, and the journey starts today. Ladies and gentlemen, to get a closer look and understanding on the project, we will hear from a number of VIP participants today, providing you with the latest informations and giving you an overview on the Haru Oni project. And later on, they will be pushing the starting button together. But before that, we will provide you with some impressions.
The moment has arrived. From Magallanes, from the farthest reaches of our planet, comes the chance for a fresh start. Here, today, we begin construction of a plant to produce clean fuels from renewable energy, decarbonizing our atmosphere. Haru Oni, the world's first fully integrated facility, producing carbon-neutral fuels based on green hydrogen, is no longer just a great idea. Today, it's becoming a reality. This is our contribution to the fight against climate change. The contribution of HIF, Porsche, Siemens Energy, Enel Green Power, ENAP, Gasco, and many others from around the world who, like us, want a better future. A future with clean, carbon-neutral fuels for our machines, industries, and vehicles. Today, we start that journey. Today's not like any other day. Today is the day that our dreams are transformed into a solution for the billions of people that share this planet. Today, we're taking the first step towards a future where energy doesn't cost the Earth. A step towards implementing a technology which will allow us to transform our world into the world that we all want to live in.
Yes, today it is becoming a reality. As you've seen in the video, the Haru Oni plant is located in Chile, where the wind conditions are perfect. And so we are delighted to be connected directly to Punta Arenas in Chile. Our first speaker is Mr. Cesar Norton, president and founder of Andes Mining and Energy and president of the HIF project company, the company that brings the plant to life. So hello, Mr. Norton. We are eager to learn more from you.
Hello, Ruth. Thank you for that. A warm welcome from Punta Arenas to everyone who has joined with us today. In Chile, Germany, and around the world, I thank God for this incredible opportunity to move forward with the construction of Haru Oni, the world's first integrated facility for the production of green hydrogen and e-fuels. Thank you to our distinguished guests for being with us today here in Chile. Mr. Juan Carlos Llobet, Minister for Mining and Energy of the Republic of Chile. Mr. Jennifer Rojas, Regional Delegate. Mr. Claudio Radonich, Mayor of Punta Arenas. Mr. Victor Fernandez, Seremi of Energy for Magallanes. Mr. Paolo Palotti, CEO of Enel Chile. Mr. Victor Turpo, CEO of Gasco, and Mr. Paulo Martinez, General Manager of ENAP Punta Arenas. I'm also grateful for the presence of our overseas guests, Mr. Thorsten Erdan, Director General for Energy Policy at the German Federal Minister for Economic Affairs and Energy, Dr. Michael Steiner, Member of the Executive Board for Research and Development of Porsche, Professor Armin Schnedler, EVP New Energy Business at Siemens Energy, Mr. Gernot Kalkofen, ExxonMobil Central Europe Holding and Head of the Supervisory Council, and our partners from EEG, Bert Thomas. Today, in this groundbreaking ceremony for the Haru Oni project, we move a step closer towards a decarbonization solution that could be an important tool in the fight against climate change. Haru Oni will take the world's best wind resources to produce green hydrogen and capture carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. And through this process called synthesis, we will produce a carbon-neutral e-fuel, which can be used as a substitute for fossil fuels in today's machinery. In a way, we will be creating a type of synthetic forest, using clean energy to create hydrocarbons, the molecules of which life is based, and releasing oxygen into the atmosphere. Our journey towards this solution starts today here in Magallanes. The Haru Oni facility might be small, but our dreams are big. In Chile, HIF aims to produce up to 85,000 barrels per day of clean, carbon-neutral fuels, extracting up to 12 million tons of CO2 from the atmosphere annually by 2030. Similarly sized facilities are in development today in the United States and Australasia. This ambitious project would not have been possible without the close relation and commitment of the Chilean and German government and all the companies from around the world who have come together today to make this happen. Porsche, Siemens Energy, ENAP, Empresas Gasco, ExxonMobil, and our incredible team in HIF. And of course, this project could not happen without the support of the incredible region and people of Magallanes, whose steady winds and pioneering spirit are essential for our success. We hope that the Haru Oni facility will play its part in helping Magallanes show the world that the transformation to clean, carbon-neutral technologies is not a burden, but an opportunity, that the fight against climate change can lead to innovation, that development can be sustainable. We see the future of Magallanes as a global hub for decarbonization technologies, where not only the quality of the wind is an element, but also the quality of the human capital will set an example for the world to follow in the energy transition that has come today. Thank you again for everyone, for your efforts, for your creativity and commitment to bring the Haru Oni project to life. Decarbonizing our future is a challenge, but working together, it is possible. Thank you, Ruth.
And thank you, Mr. Norton. We see the connection to Chile is smooth, which is a good sign. So we've learned about the importance of the project also from a regional perspective. The Magallanes region plays an important role as the home of the Haru Oni plant, and the whole project will showcase as a role model for the energy partnership between Chile and Germany. So we now have the pleasure to hear the Energy Minister, Juan Carlos Barbet, speaking to us from Chile.
Good morning. I would especially like to greet the workers who will build Haru Oni, the first e-gasoline plant in Chile. The Magellan region, for us simply Magallanes, could produce 13% of the world's green hydrogen given its immense wind energy potential. If we consider the estimated annual wind power generation in this region, it could exceed 7 times the current electricity generation in the Chilean power grid. And not only does it count on an excellent potential for wind energy as a base to sustain the industry of this fuel, it also has the infrastructure and the petrochemical and port expertise necessary to turn Magallanes into a world-class producer and exporter of green hydrogen and its derivatives. This is the first step in a tremendously exciting story. We are witnessing the cornerstone laying for the first large-scale green hydrogen project in Chile, setting a precedent for future initiatives. Last year, we launched the National Green Hydrogen Strategy, where we set 3 major goals: to have 5 gigawatts of electrolysis capacity under development by 2025, to produce the cheapest green hydrogen on the planet by 2030, and to be among the top 3 exporters by 2040. In addition, as a country, we aim to develop an industry that exports more than $30 billion a year, which is closer to our current copper export. And it will be essential to fight climate change. We will be replacing diesel and gasoline consumption with a clean, transportable, competitive, and sustainable fuel, which will allow us to greatly reduce CO2 emissions. Today, I would like to reaffirm Chile's commitment to tackling the climate crisis and the opportunity it offers to achieve inclusive and sustainable development. The fight against climate change is the most important long-term challenge we face. It is a matter of intergenerational justice, and we don't have much time. This is the decade to make our economies emissions-free. Haru Oni's development is aligned with Chile's strategy and that of the world. Therefore, its success will be the success of our country and a decisive contribution to the international community. I want to thank the companies behind this unique project and our friends from the German government, whose leadership and support have been essential to this project and to our energy transition more broadly. Thanks to the contributions of all of you, in a few months, Chile will be producing from Magallanes the fuel of the future. Thank you.
And thank you, Mr. Jobert, for your interesting description. So the utilization of the plant is also of high importance of the German government. This will be explained in more detail from our next speaker. It's my pleasure to welcome Thorsten Hedan, Head of Energy at the Federal Ministry for Economic Affairs and Energy. I hand over the word to you, Mr. Hedan.
It's a pleasure for me to be part of that groundbreaking event for Haru Oni. It is much more than only the groundbreaking event for that specific project. It's some sort of I would call it triple groundbreaking event, because first of all, we start up this project, Haru Oni. But secondly, we also start the international hydrogen collaboration. For us, it is very important because we as Germany are very much striving for an international hydrogen economy, and Haru Oni certainly is the groundbreaking event for that. But thirdly, it's also a groundbreaking event for a public-private partnership. We have the governments of Chile, we have the German government, and we have numerous companies participating in that project from Chile, from Germany. And those companies, of course, will make the success of that project, as the governments can only add money, but also add support to that project. And I can clearly say that we, as the German government, are committed to do so. On the other hand, this project has huge possibilities and opportunities. Why? Very simple, because it includes almost everything of the value chain one can imagine of. It is not only the production of green electricity, it is also the production of green hydrogen from that green electricity. And then it takes CO2 out of the air, a process which has not yet been demonstrated very deeply. And the direct air capture process as part of that project, Haru Oni, is something which is new, which is absolutely new. And then it's, of course, the methanol synthesis and then the production of the e-fuels. So what we have with that project is the whole value chain, and we will learn a lot of that for the next projects. The next projects in Chile, but also the next projects elsewhere in the world. And with the companies participating in that, we are absolutely sure that this pilot project will be a big success. And we as the German government are absolutely committed not only be part of the pilot phase, but also be part of the next phases in order to scale up that project. And I'm happy that the Chile minister, Juan Carlos Jobé, has committed himself so much so that we both, governments from Chile and Germany, are working together. And with the commitment of the companies, which I understood that this will also continue, I'm absolutely sure that this groundbreaking event today will be, as I said, much more than only for the project. It will be the start of the international hydrogen collaboration. I wish the project all success, and I'm very much looking forward to not only the first, but also the second and the third and the fourth phase of that project. All the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Herran. So the cooperation between Germany and Chile is a new approach to support a greener future. Therefore, several companies have teamed up, and one of the primary partners is Porsche. Of course, electromobility is constantly increasing, but e-fuels are also needed for the existing fleet of cars with combustion engines. So we are eager to learn more from our next guest, Michael Stein, a member of the board for research and development at Porsche, who is with us now in Stuttgart.
The waiting is over. After months of intensive preparation, an important step has been taken. We are celebrating today the official start of construction work at Haru Oni e-fuel plant, the world's first commercial project for producing virtually CO2 neutral fuel on an industrial scale. And so, congratulations. Congratulations all the way from Zuffenhausen in Stuttgart to the south of the Republic of Chile. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a good day for the Chilean province Magallanes and its capital Punta Arenas, for the international project partners, and last but not certainly least, for global climate protection. We have been working together towards this day for a long time. Our vision of the large-scale production of green fuel for the world is now taking concrete form. Because on the stormy southern tip of Chile, the conditions are ideal all the year round for the sustainable production of e-fuels using wind energy. There are enormous opportunities in the commercial area on e-fuels. At Porsche, we recognized this early. Despite all our enthusiasm for electric drives, it has been clear to us from the very beginning that electromobility cannot become the norm overnight. At the beginning of 2020, well over 1 billion vehicles with combustion engines were in operation worldwide. This means it will be many years, maybe decades, before electric vehicles dominate global road traffic. But this transition period must not be allowed to pass idly by. We urgently need a solution on the sustainable operation of existing fleets. This goal can be achieved with green synthetic fuel, which are a sensible complement to electromobility. However, e-fuels are still only produced in low volumes. As a pioneer on sustainable mobility, Porsche wants to change this. And that is why we started this initiative last year. We have been able to recruit a number of committed partners for the construction of this plant, each of them actively contributing their own expertise on this project. I would like to thank everyone taking part for their successful commitment. Today, it's bearing its first fruit. By the end of the year 2022, the pilot plant will have produced around 130,000 liters of e-fuels. Porsche will purchase this volume in full, and initially we will use the green fuel primarily on our motorsport activities. We have already had good experience with second-generation biofuels in the Porsche Mobile One Super Cup this year. CO2 emissions can be reduced by up to 90%. Over the coming years, the production of e-fuels in Chile will be step by step significantly increased, and Porsche will be able to significantly expand its use of these e-fuels. After all, around 70% of all Porsche sports cars ever built are still on road, many of which are our iconic 911s. With the green fuel from Chile, these vehicles will also be able to run almost CO2 neutral in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, Porsche is aware of its environmental and social responsibility. We go boldly forward, wishing to set an example for others to show the way. Our initiative for sustainable produced synthetic fuels made in Chile shows how serious we are about this. Haru Oni is a seed from which great things will grow. I'm certain that this beacon project is a significant step on the path towards a rapid decarbonization of the transportation sector. We also hope that other sectors, such as shipping or aviation, will follow this example. I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone who is so committed to supporting us on this journey. Thank you.
And thank you very much, Michael Steiner. So the next important partner of the project is Siemens Energy on the journey to explore new technologies. This project is a milestone, and new technology fields have been an important topic for our next speaker since many years. Armin Schnettler is Executive Vice President of the New Energy Business at Siemens Energy. Please let us know what the Haru Oni project means for your company.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ruth, for this very kind introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, dear partners, dear friends, I'm very pleased and very proud to be here on stage for the groundbreaking event of the first fully integrated power-to-fuel project, Haru Oni. There are three aspects which are mainly important to make such a project, a first-of-its-kind project, a success. Firstly, we need to have a clear vision and clear targets. The hydrogen economy, and this is the basis here for our project, is kicking off on a global scale. It is the hydrogen economy, it is the second stage of the energy transition. And this is the basis for taking the responsibility and reducing the CO2 emissions, and especially immediate effect with the production of synthetic fuels. So this is the first important topic. And this definitely will boost the decarbonization of the economy. Secondly, we need to have the right technology and innovations in place. We as Siemens Energy, we are heavily investing in technologies for an industrial scale, especially in the electrolyzer business based on the proton exchange membrane electrolyzer technology. It is interesting to notice that the power rating for this new technology is increasing every 4 to 5 years by a factor of 10. This is setting the basis for an industrial scaling. And on top of that, we need to integrate all these large-scale projects, which is covering more or less more than 50% of the final energy consumption in the world are based on hydrogen, because it cannot easily be electrified. So this is something which is really big and beautiful, I would like to say. And on top of that, it's not only this, it's the integration in a project like this Haru Oni project. It is a first of its kind project, showing and demonstrating that we all are able to produce e-fuels with immediate effect on the decarbonization with strong partners and somewhere, everywhere in the world. And thirdly, and my last point, we need to have strong partnership. We cannot be successful alone, so it is all about strong and experienced partners, especially if you're talking about projects, complex projects like this in the southern part of Chile, in Patagonia. So I'm really glad, and we are really glad, to have these strong partners with us. And I would like to thank you all very much, our partners and friends in industry, in governments, and in academia. The most important thing is now, let's make it happen. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Armin Schnettler. As mentioned, this whole project is a cooperation of international companies with the one aim to generate climate neutral fuel using Chile's strong wind. So let's make a virtual flight again to Chile and meet our next speaker, who is Mr. Paolo Pallotti, CEO of Enel Green Power Chile.
Good morning to everybody. Today is a very exciting day because we are celebrating the construction of the first of its kind industrial scaled plant for the production of green hydrogen. It is a plant located in the south of Chile, in Magallanes, and it will be the first of its kind in Chile and the largest one in Latin America region. It is also the first project of this kind in Enel Group. Why so important? Electrification is having a very important role in the fight against global warming. And the implementation of the use of green hydrogen can be a very strong ally in this sense. There are certain operations like the industrial processes in cement and steel industries or heavy-duty transportation that can benefit a lot in decarbonizing their activities using green hydrogen. And why Chile? Chile has an enormous natural resources that can be used for the generation of green electricity. Solar irradiation in the north, very strong wind in the south, and can be combined with the use of electrolyzer in producing a large amount of green hydrogen. And this could be a very important, deep step up in the decarbonization of the whole Chilean industrial activities. And we as Enel, we are proud to be part of this project, and we will be part of this evolution because this is a very important step in the fight against global warming, and this is a part of our global strategy. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Thank you, Mr. Pallotti, for your interesting updates from Chile. And now we want to welcome another company that is supporting the project, which is ExxonMobil. With us now in Stuttgart is Mr. Gernot Kalkofen, who is chairman of the supervisory board of ExxonMobil Central Europe. Please give us your impressions of the project.
Well, thank you very much. And let me first thank you and the organization and also partners, in particular also the German and the Chilean government, for their financial and political support, which shows that we all together are on the right track to commonly tackle today's challenges. Greenhouse gas emission is certainly a global issue, which therefore needs innovation solutions also on a global scale. And I think we are just tackling this with this very innovative approach and new ideas. Large energy companies and technology companies around the globe bringing their unique expertise and technologies to the Strait of Magellan in Chile, and an ideal location for pioneering projects like Haru Oni. We at ExxonMobil are delighted to be part of that project. Through our proprietary methanol to gasoline technology, this so-called MTG technology will be used to convert the methanol to synthetic gasoline. In this process, methanol is heated and then fed into a fluid bed reactor producing hydrocarbons in a gasoline range, and then the gasoline will be further blended into the finished fuel. And we are excited that the first iteration of this specially formulated as a renewable racing fuel was tested on the racetrack already in Porsche's high-performance motorsports engine in the so-called Porsche Mobile 1 Super Cup this year. And we expect that the second iteration will transition to e-fuel sourced from the new project in Chile, and is anticipated to achieve a very significant reduction of emissions. And you can certainly ask the drivers, and I think they will all give the same answer. The renewable fuel boosted their racing cars and might even have increased not only the environment performance, but also made the vehicle faster. I hope Michael Steiner von Porsche will agree to that statement. Lower carbon liquid fuels such as e-fuels and advanced biofuels have the potential to combine the convenience of conventional fuels with lower life cycle CO2 emissions to help meet the greenhouse gas reductions alongside with battery electric powertrains. Over the past quarter of century, we are proud to have worked together with Porsche to develop high-performance solutions that support Porsche's vehicle performance on the racetrack as well as on the road. Our continued collaboration on renewable and e-fuel is a critical step towards advancing this frontier technology and has the potential to significantly reduce emissions and achieve the climate goal we all want to achieve. Thank you very much.
And thank you, Mr. Kalkofen. So we learned so much today about the future of fuel from wind and water, about the importance and the passion that is linked to the project. So before you all push the buzzer to start the project, let's hear from the lead of a project at Siemens Energy, Markus Speit, who will explain how the implementation of the Haru Oni plant will take place.
I have the pleasure today to explain to you our new Haru Oni app, showing the future of the energy conversion in the Magallanes region. Let's have a joint look now and explore what we can find in this new app. In the front, of course, you see a virtual picture of our newly designed plant. But if you look in the far background, you can see the Magallanes Street, where a lot of history happened already, but also industrial applications areas, where we later on tie into also for our harbor facilities. Let's have a closer look at the app. At the bottom of the screen, you can see various icons which represent the whole systems and components of our value chain. The first one is the wind turbine. The wind turbine is converting the wind energy into electrical energy. If you click on individual items, you will find an explanation in more detail about the different process steps, such as the next one, which is the conversion of the electrical energy into molecules, which is hydrogen and oxygen. This is a very important conversion step where the electrical energy is converted into transportable molecules. But that's not enough. What we do in parallel is capturing CO2 directly from the ambient air. This is a parallel process. And only these two components, when they're mixed up and led to the methanol synthesis plant, we create a liquid fuel which can be then used in further applications. If you click on the icon of the methanol synthesis plant, you will find also more detailed information about the process. In the next step, the methanol is brought to the MTG plant, the methanol to gasoline plant, where finally the methanol is then converted into gasoline. This is what we want to produce here in the amount of 130,000 liters per year. That's the whole process value chain. But then we need the logistics. For the pilot project, we are using tanks which fit into containers to transport the fuel. As you can see in the front of the picture, there's a truck which is carrying typical standard containers where we can ship these containers and the fuel then finally to Germany or to Europe or whatever destination is necessary. But also we have infrastructure to fuel cars directly at site, because what we produce is combustible gasoline, and therefore we also have a fueling station where the fuel is put into cars to really show what we are doing here, but is converting wind and water into gasoline in one comprehensive plant. Finally, on the right side, we have a button where you can take a virtual tour through our plant in 3D animation. Click on the individual icons, individual systems, and you will see how these components and the whole plant will look at in the future. Take a tour and do this expedition together with us. Thank you very much.
So let's make it happen. Dear gentlemen, it is time to push the buzzer and bring the Haru Oni plant alive. Get ready, I will count you down. So the Haru Oni installation will be on its way in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and here we go. How exciting. Gentlemen, I wish you the best of luck and great success. Thank you all for joining us today live from Chile and here from Stuttgart. And thank you all for your participation. Ladies and gentlemen, you find further information on the Siemens-energy.com webpage. So take care and goodbye.
Bye.
You are the breathless hush of evening that trembles on the brink of a lovely song. You are the angel glow that lights a star. The dearest things I know are what you are. Someday my happy arms will hold you.